Right then. Ever wonder how you take a business that, let's be honest, some might find a bit niche, like a shooting range, and turn it into a premier, must-visit destination? Well, today we're diving into a cracking case study that did just that, the Budapest Shooting Range. This is a story about a revolutionary idea done absolutely right. Every great business story has a beginning, and this one wasn't born in some sterile boardroom with pie charts and spreadsheets. Oh no, this all kicked off with a simple phone call. Just a visionary client with a bold idea that was, until that moment, nothing more than a spark of imagination. And this was the central question they had to answer, wasn't it? This was never about creating just another place to fire a few rounds. The ambition was miles bigger than that. The real challenge was to build a proper entertainment hub, a sort of amusement park for grown-ups, where the main attraction just happened to be some incredibly powerful firearms. A tricky target to hit, you might say. Right then, let's get into the nuts and bolts of it all. The first part of this journey was all about the concept itself. You see, it's one thing to have a daring idea. It's another thing entirely to shape it into a business that actually works. The core vision was crystal clear right from the start. This had to be more than just a range. It had to be a complete experience. The goal was to craft this premium space where the absolute thrill of shooting could exist right alongside total safety and a real sense of fun. They weren't just selling bullets, they were selling unforgettable memories. So with that blueprint in mind, let's pull the trigger on how this vision was actually brought to life. Because an idea is only as good as its execution. And the execution here, well, it started with the space itself. And what a transformation it was. They took what was a former educational center, which I imagine was about as thrilling as a geography lesson on a rainy Tuesday afternoon, and turned it into a space that felt more like a high-end hotel lounge. They literally knocked down walls to create this open, seamless flow, proving that the visitor's experience starts the very second they walk through the door. Ambience, you see, is everything. Wow, here's where things get interesting. You've got this hurdle of city rules saying you can't just stick a massive picture of a gun on the front. So, what do? Well, you get clever. They used subtle symbols and a really striking three-portal entrance with massive screens showing intriguing content. It was all about sparking curiosity and drawing people in, rather than scaring them off. Very smart, that. Right then, let's aim for the digital target. Because in this day and age, your website is your front door, it's your reception desk, and your best salesperson all rolled into one. And they knew it had to be absolutely spot on. Now, a crucial part of any modern experience is booking your spot. They had a look at the usual off-the-shelf options, but pretty quickly realized that a clunky, generic system would completely undermine the premium feel they were building. So they bit the bullet, and they invested in a custom system from the ground up. The lesson here is simple. Your booking process is your first piece of customer service. Get that right, and you've won them over before they even arrive. Now here's where things get really, really interesting. You could have the best venue and the slickest website in the world, but without a powerful brand, you're just another business. They needed to package the thrill in a way that was truly irresistible. And this just brilliantly illustrates their approach. Instead of boring old package A or package B, they created around 24 distinct packages with these imaginative, enticing names. It allows guests to choose their own adventure, which makes the whole experience feel personal and exciting before they've even picked up a single firearm. It's storytelling, not just selling. And here's your proof that the brand truly connected with people. Customers weren't just enjoying the experience, they wanted to take a piece of it home with them. The fact that their first run of merchandise just flew off the shelves in about a week shows you how strong that connection was. It's not just a souvenir, you see. It's a badge of honor. This is such a vital point. They went and hired a dedicated photographer to capture guests right in the middle of the action, and these images became marketing gold. And why? Because there is no sales pitch on earth more powerful than seeing a photo of a real person grinning from ear to ear, having an absolutely brilliant time. It sells the experience without saying a single word. So you've got a fantastic product, a killer brand, and a library of incredible photos. How on earth do you get the word out? Well, let's move on to the social strategy and see how they made some noise online. It wasn't about just broadcasting adverts into the void. Their strategy was much smarter than that. They used those brilliant visuals, of course, but they also actively engaged with their audience, they collaborated with influencers, and they built a proper online community. They created a space where people could share their excitement and feel like they were really part of something. Okay, let's recap the mission. We've seen how they built this whole thing from the ground up, but what are the core lessons you can pocket for your own business? Here's your playbook. It really all boils down to these 4 pillars you see right here. It starts with experience design, creating a premium environment people actually want to be in. That experience has to extend to your digital presence, making sure your website is as welcoming as your front door. Then you wrap it all in powerful branding that sells the thrill and the story, not just the activity. And finally, you use smart social marketing to build a genuine community around that brand. Get those 4 firing together, and you're hitting the bullseye every single time. So, as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this question to mull over. The Budapest Shooting Range started with one big revolutionary idea. What's yours? What's that one bold move you could make to transform your business from just another option into a true destination? Keep your sights sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.